y'all, Teanna here. So today's Father's Day. So in the spirit of the Father's Day holiday, I figured I would do a story time for me and my love bug. I wanted to do something not super duper personal because we've told this story to family and friends, so I don't mind telling this story on camera. But I wanted to do a first date story. It looks like I have a shirt on. I promise I do. Let me lower y'all a little bit so that it doesn't look like I'm topless. Okay, that's it. So I wanted to do a first date story time. I felt like that would be cool to do, or not too private of a moment. So we went on our first date on September 28th of 2014. And I know that was our first date because it's also my dad's birthday. Andre always tells me that that's not the day we went on our first date. But the phone that I had when we went on our first date, I took a picture before my date. And that's the date that picture was taken, September 28th of 2014. So we'll start with the lead up to the date. I did not want to go on this date. But my sister, who was I was sharing an apartment with at the time, she was like, oh, you should go. If nothing else, you get a free meal. So you should go. It'll probably be cool. If it's not, at least you get free food. I'm like, fine. I tell him I'll go with him because Andre and I have been, I'm going to try not to play with my hair through this whole video. I'm sorry, y'all. Andre and I have been having a back and forth on Twitter for a couple of months at this point, because it started that summer. I'll just give you the whole lead up. I have time, whatever. It's Father's Day. So during that summer, we didn't really talk that much on Twitter until it would be if you guys hear Sesame Street playing in the background, I'm sorry. Julian's watching his tablet and it's really, really loud. But, okay, I turned it down, so hopefully you can't hear it. So, that summer, we kind of were having a little back and forth on social media, on Twitter. And it wasn't too deep of a back and forth. It was just he would say I was cute or something like that, something simple. And I was that typical girl at the time complaining about my man problems on Twitter, not with him, with the person I was involved with at the time. So after a while during that summer, I want to say this might have been in June or July, one of those 2 months, because it was definitely after my 21st birthday. A friend of mine, she asked me to go to this rooftop party with her. I'm like, okay, I don't have anything to do. Sure, I can go, whatever. So we went to this rooftop party downtown, and we sat down on this little bench with my friend, me, and then there were two guys. There was a guy talking to some other guys standing where I was sitting. So I kind of glanced up because he was right here, not his butt or anything, but he was this close to me. So I look up and I'm like, I know him. And she's like, where do you know him from? I'm like, he goes to Easter. And so I think I know that guy, but I can't see Andre's. If you know Andre's dark skin, if you've seen him before, and it was nighttime. Not trying to be a colorist or that nature, but it was nighttime, so I couldn't really see his face, but I can see his profile. And so I'm like, I'm gonna see if it's him. So I say, Andre, and he turns around. I'm like, oh hey, whatever. And I don't even think he called me Teanna. I'm almost positive he called me Nani. Because at the time, my Twitter, Nani is a family name for those of you who do not know. Pretty much everybody on my mom's side calls me Nani. Nobody really calls me Teanna. But my Twitter name at the time was Love Nani. So I think he said, oh, hey, Nani. And he sat down. I was like, what are you doing here? Do you know the birthday girl? Because it was somebody's birthday. I think that's what he asked me. Do you know the birthday girl? And I was like, oh, I just came with my friend. And she was on the other side of me. So eventually, when we had this conversation about us seeing each other at that party, once we were in a relationship, I found out that the person he was with at that party was his brother. And apparently after I said hi to him, he was telling his brother, oh, that's the girl I've been talking about. I've been trying to get, or whatever he was telling him. So that's a cool fact about that. But anyways, so he didn't say anything else to me. He sits down like right next to me, but we don't really say anything else to each other. Like I keep talking to my friend, and he's talking to who I eventually come to find out is his brother. And that was just it. So then after a while, my friend knew the girl whose birthday it was. So after a while, she's like, all right, Teanna, let's go. I'm ready to go. I'm kind of bored. I'm like, all right, cool. We can go. So, as we're leaving, Andre's like, I'm like, bye, Andre. I said bye to him before he left. He's like, oh, bye. And then as we're leaving, he stops me. He's like, hey, can I have your phone number? So mind you, like I said, we have been like having a bit of a back and forth on Twitter. Not like a real one, but just like, oh, you look cute. Oh, thank you. That type of thing. But not like a serious like thing. And I think by this point, he had announced that he was leaving Eastern. Because I remember he said, goodbye Eastern or something he said, and I asked him, where are you going? And he told me he was transferring to a different school. So I think this was after like all that happened. So I gave him my number. We left. Now, I don't remember if he texted me that first day. I don't think he did. I don't think he texted me that first day. But anyway, so we left and we went to meet up with this guy that my friend was seeing at the time. And so, because him and his friends are just like out. You're 21, you're in the city. You're not going home. We're just going home. So, we ended up going to the guy that she was dealing with at the time. Him and his friends were like in the neighborhood. We're close, not too far from where I was living at the time. Okay, so the friend didn't stay too. The friend she wanted to stop and see didn't live too far from where I lived, and I knew the guy. Like we had hung out with him. I want to say we had hung out with him the day of my 21st birthday the weekend of my 21st birthday. My birthday had already came and went. And then the next day or 2 days later, one of the two, this friend, because me and her used to hang together tough. So she called me and was like, hey, you 21? We finna go out. I'm like, okay, cool. So I think her mom had bought me a bottle of Ciroc, because I like vodka. Her mom had bought me a bottle of Ciroc. And I don't know if there were a couple, but the guy she was dating, we'll say that, and his friend, we all went downtown to a different rooftop party and we hung out. So I had hung out with them before, so I'm like, oh, it's cool, whatever. So I don't think Andre texted me that night though. I don't think he did. He texted me that week, but I don't remember if it was that night. And if he did text me, I think it was just to be like, hey, this is my phone number. I don't think it was like a serious, like I'm trying to talk to you right now text. But anyways, so during that summer, he did text me and I did not respond. I did not respond because at the time I was seeing somebody else and I'm like, well, I want to see what this is going. I want to see how this is going to go. But it was the person who I was talking to at the time was on his way out the door. So it just worked out the way it worked out. But then he asked me, we got to school like the first week of September. Everybody goes back after Labor Day, like normal. And I remember like that first week of school, I think he asked me if I wanted to go out to eat with him. And I was like, I mean, no, I don't want to go. But I didn't tell him that. I told my sister. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to pretend I want to go because I don't want him to stop texting me per se. Like, you know how you like, this guy I'm really talking to, he's not panning out. So maybe the new guy will pan out, but I don't know yet if I want to get rid of the original guy. It was one of those things. So I was like, oh, I'm waiting on my friend, and then after we go, we need to go. This is a different friend. After we go, we need to go. I'm gonna hit you up, and then we can go on our date. Okay, cool. So I waited a few hours. I didn't have anything to do. But then I got bored, and I was like, you know what? I can go out, whatever. So I texted him that night, and I was like, hey. He was like, hey, what's up? And he was kind of like trying to start a conversation with me, but he didn't bring up the date. And I was like, you know what? Never mind. And I stopped texting him. Because I'm like, if you're not bringing up the date again, I feel like you don't want to go on a date. So then he got on Twitter and was talking about how cute this other girl looks at a party, which I'm not gonna put what kind of party it was, but he was talking about how cute this other girl looked. And I was like, oh, you can't be trying to get with me. That's what I was saying to myself. You can't be trying to get with me and you on Twitter talking about how cute somebody else looks. So, cut to, I make my presence known. So I tweet him and I say like something like, hey, ex-friend, even though we were never, we're never friends. We were never friends. Like, we didn't hang out. So I'm like, hey, ex-friend, because I want you to know I see what you're doing. And I want you to know that I see you. Okay? I'm like, hey, ex-friend. So he responded, and I can't remember what he said verbatim, but he was like, well, I gotta be an ex-friend, like, you know, feeding into it like guys do. And I never told him why he was an ex-friend. I think I told him like we were supposed to go out, we didn't go out, something like that. I'm petty. But I told him like after we were a couple, I told him why I said that. But I didn't tell him at the time. You know, you gotta hide your flaws until after the wedding. Anyways, so my sister just texted my phone. So, anyways, he says, okay, we can go out. So I'm like, my sister's like, Teanna, even if you don't want to go, it's just like a chance to go on a date. He likes you. You get a free meal. It'll be real chill, whatever. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go for the food. I mean, obviously I felt some attraction to him by this point. If I got mad that he was on Twitter calling a different girl cute, like I felt, you know how that goes. And I wasn't talking to the other guy anymore at this point, so I was free and clear. So September 28th comes, and he's like, where do you want to go? I said, can we go to Applebee's? Because I liked Applebee's at the time. So I'm like, okay, I gotta find something to put on. Now, I was a baddie in 2014, let me tell you. Now I've gained like baby weight, but in 2014, I was a baddie. I miss her. She's my spirit animal. 2014 Teanna, body-wise, is my spirit animal. She didn't have as much fun as 2013 Teanna, but 2014 body-wise was my spirit animal. So I'm like, I gotta find something to wear. What am I gonna wear? So me and my sister are like digging through my closet looking for an outfit. I'm trying on stuff. She's like, no, that dress is a little too short, because I love sundresses. Short, long, whatever. I love sundresses. That one's too short, that one's too tight. You need something that's not like gonna show your butt too much, because you trying to be a little decent on the first date, you know. So I wore this skater dress. The base of it was white, like it was a white skater dress. And if you don't know what a skater dress is, it's like a thigh length dress that's fitted at the top and it flares out. It's about at the skirt part of it. So it was like mid thigh, and it was white, and it had like black and turquoise and pink like Aztec designs all over it. And I wore a cropped denim jacket, because I've always loved the denim jacket. I will always love a denim jacket. I wore some black pumpkin seeds, and my hair was down like this. So that's what I wore to the date, and I didn't have a purse. I just had a black wristlet with the typical stuff in it. You always need a little bit of cash. You need your debit card, you know, your ID, like that type of stuff. So I'm like, okay, I'm waiting for him to get here. Now, he wasn't that late, but he was a little late. And where I lived at the time, it was kind of hard to, you couldn't drive up to my front door. The apartment complex I lived in at the time, I didn't have access to the parking lot from my building. I had to like walk down the complex to get to the parking lot. So Andre either called me or texted me. He's like, hey, I'm here. What building are you in? And I'm like, I'm in this building. And so he's like, I don't see it. He's like, I'm driving around, I can't find you. And I'm like, well, just park in this spot. I'm gonna walk out to you because it's hard. You can't get to my door from in your car. So, and I don't remember what time it was. I want to say it was like 8 o'clock maybe, because I feel like I was home by like 10:30. I wasn't home that late. So I walk down to him and I get in the car, and I'm like, I see him. Now, mind you, Andre, when he went to Eastern, because remember at this time he had transferred to a different school in the area. But when he was at Eastern, he always dressed up. So he always was like in business casual. So when I saw him, I'm like, and I remember telling my sister, I gotta get dressed cute because he's probably gonna be dressed. Like, he's not gonna be in like no t-shirt and sweats. He's gonna be dressed. So I took my time to put this outfit together. I changed my outfit like 5 times. And I get in the car. Andre, no lie, is sitting there in some Adidas track pants, a gray, like long john looking sweater, a red and black cap to the back, and some red and blue, I want to say he had Adidas on. I want to say they were Adidas. They weren't like Chucks, they were a different kind of Adidas. But some red and blue shoes. And I want to say they were Adidas. And I got in the car, and I'm like, he's cute. When he's dressed down. Like, he's cute. I thought he was cute. Because he has a great smile, you know. He has smooth skin. He's cute. But I'm like, I took my time to get dressed for this nigga. He ain't even dressed. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. So I'm like, okay, but okay, it's okay. At least my because the denim jacket toned. Hold on. The denim jacket toned down the look. So what? And I didn't put on like any cute flats or anything because I had on like pumpkin seeds. It toned down the dress. The dress wasn't fancy, but it was cute. So we get in the car. I get in the car. And I'm so awkward. Like, if you know me in real life, you know I am like very awkward in public. I am extremely awkward in public settings or around people I don't know. And this was my first time hanging out with Andre. We had never hung out before. So I was trusting that I was going to get to this date safely and get home and get home safely. So I remember getting in the car and I'm like, oh, hey. And I kid you not, I think Andre, it looked like Andre had forgot about the date. I'm like, oh shoot, I'm supposed to take her out. That's what he looked like. After a while, once we had been a couple, he did tell me that he was out with his friends hanging out and then realized he had a date and just showed up and, you know, came and got me. But at the time, I'm like, hey, you know, good to see you, whatever. So, cut to, I'm like, you got me kidnapped. Mind you, I told you I'm an awkward person in public. I'm like, you got me kidnapped. He's like, what do you mean I got you kidnapped? I'm like, I was standing outside because you said you were outside and you couldn't find me. And I had to walk all the way to your car. You got me kidnapped. Like, I'm like, theoretically, I was kidnapped. That's what I kept telling him in the car on the way to the restaurant. Theoretically, I was kidnapped. I was not kidnapped. I was not kidnapped. So I'm like, awkward. I said that a few times, and then we finally get to the restaurant. We order our food. He lets me order first, of course. And then once we're sitting there, neither one of us had alcohol. I think I had a lemonade, and he might have had a water. I don't remember, but I definitely didn't. We didn't have alcohol or anything. We just had food, you know, like normal hangout food. Like, it wasn't like, I'm gonna get a vodka and cranberry. It wasn't that kind of vibe. It was just like chill. So, the date is going on, and all while we're on the date, like, we're making conversation. Oh, you know, I've always liked you. You're cute. Whatever the conversation. Why just pillow cushion lower? It's bothering me. Anyways, we're having the, like, typical first date conversation. But in the midst of having first date conversation, here I am being awkward. I keep bringing up, you got me kidnapped. I kept saying, theoretically, like hush, Teanna, just hush. And it was so cringy. It was so cringy. And now that we're like 6 years in almost, and I'm 100% more comfortable around him than I am with anybody in the world. Like, he knows more about me than pretty much anybody in the world. I think about how awkward it was to be like on a date with a total stranger. And it was so awkward. It was so awkward. So, anyways, we go on the date. Eventually, I was like, can you stop saying that? So, after he said that, I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't know. You know, whatever. We continue the date. Then it's time to go. We leave. When we get to the car, he opens my door for me this time. We get in the car. We get back to my apartment. Once again, he can't get to the door. So he goes, I tell him to just drop me off at the parking lot where he picked me up at, because that's the closest parking lot to my apartment. So I think he asked me if I wanted him to walk me to my door. And I was like, no, it's fine. But he got out of the car, opened my door for me. I gave him a hug. I didn't kiss him on our first date. I gave him a hug. And then I went in the apartment with my leftovers. I think I had leftovers. I don't think I finished my food, because this is back when I was like, oh, you can't finish your food on the first date. You know how that makes you look? If you finish your whole meal on the first date, girl, don't do that. Don't do that. No, I don't care. But at the time I cared. So I got back home. I told my sister, oh, I like him. He's cute. He's funny. I like him. I gave my sister the rest of my food. But I did end up liking him after our first date. I think I like him. He's cute. Whatever. But I found out that after our first date, Andre did not like me. He did not like me. He thought I was weird, which you guys saw in the How Well You Know Me video. Andre thought I was weird because I kept saying he got me kidnapped. He told his roommate that he was not going to call me ever again. He was done with me. And his roommate told him, don't cut her off so soon, basically. And so, shout out to that roommate. Because Andre was gonna put me in the trash. So, here we are in June of 2020, all the way from September of 2014. Still being weird and getting on his nerves. Like normal. But yeah, so we went on a few more dates. We started dating, and we became a couple in November 2014. 2 months. Dated for 2 months. We still date, but exclusively, like, just dated. Not a couple. Just dated for 2 months. And it was awkward at first, because even when we became a couple, I was the first person who said I love you. Andre did not say it back when I first said it, because he did not love me at the time. He did not love me at the time. Eventually he did tell me he loved me. It wasn't that far. That much time had not passed. It probably was like a month tops. A month later tops. But I'm not one of those people who, when I say I love you, I expect for you to say it back. If you don't mean it, don't say it. But that's it. I just want to tell y'all our first date story. So be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I hope you all enjoy this video because I enjoy telling. This is like my favorite non-personal, because I don't think a first date story like this is personal. I don't think it's that it's personal, but it's not private, if you get what I'm saying. This is my ultimate non-private story to tell about our relationship. It's my favorite story to tell because it's hilarious. Because pre-date, I did not like him. I thought it was okay. And then post-date, I liked him and he didn't like me. So that first date was all the makings of it shouldn't have happened. And here we are, one child later, we'll say 5.5 years later, engaged to be married. It's just crazy to think that this all started from a bad first date. So yeah, I gotta get off here. We're gonna try to, we're gonna try to get, Andre really wants to do the How Well Do You Know Me Part 2 for him. So stay tuned for that. I'm gonna try to get that done this week sometime. Today's Father's Day, so sometime during this week we're gonna try to get that video done for y'all. Yeah, like I said, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will talk to y'all in the next